global payments. That's where Pushkar landed from a tier 3 college with a whooping 10 LPA package.
So in this video, we'll be covering all the tips and tricks to get you placed into global payments.
So without wasting any time, I am Madhav.
I am Tanishq
And
and
let's
let's
get
get
started.
started.
Hey Pushkar, super excited to have you as a guest on our podcast series. No need to prepare scripted answers, just be yourself. We will keep it fun, insightful, and candid. So let's start with a quick introduction. Which college you are from, and what is your branch?
I'm from Pimpri Chinchwad College of Engineering and Research, and I'm from computer branch. That's computer engineering.
Okay.
So that's about me.
Okay.
Okay, so what initially sparked your interest in computer science field?
So like basically बचपन से सुनते आए थे सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर बनना है एंड माय बोथ पेरेंट्स बीइंग इन आईटी तो वो पहले से था कि लाइक आई हैव टू डू समथिंग लाइक दिस देयर वाज अ एडेड डिसएडवांटेज कि हर एक पॉइंट पे चेक पोस्ट था मुझे कि ये किया क्या वो किया क्या बट ठीक है आई वांटेड टू बी दैट सो दैट वाज माय स्पार्क बोल सकते हैं वैसा चीज है
So basically, we saw on Glassdoor and Ambition Box that Global Payments offers around 10 LPA fixed CTC. So besides the salary, were there any perks or benefits like work from home that caught your attention?
अच्छा तो वो लाइक बेसिकली दिस पार्ट ऑफ विच यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट बेसिकली इनका मेजर बेनिफिट ये है कि देयर इज नो वेरिएबल कंपोनेंट of whatever the salary they promise, whatever they give is a complete fixed payment which you have. There is no variable component, performance bonus जो बोला जाता है वैसा कुछ है नहीं यहाँ पे. तो that is the major thing. And quarterly there are a lot of other things benefits also, जैसे outing चले गए या फिर bowling alley चले गए. So there are a lot of things. Then there are on-site opportunities.
When global payments came to your campus, like how was the process? Uh, like, do they have any program for freshers who are recently graduating and in college if global payment is not visiting? So, is there any way that they can apply it?
Hmm.
Uh, Global payments actually does not take in freshers, to be honest. It hires only experienced candidates, 2 to 3 years of experience के हिसाब से. But they recently started this internship program under which they hire interns. So I also was an intern in global payments for 6 months. The company came into the campus during third year of our engineering, and the internship offer किए थे सबके लिए. And initially they do resume based shortlisting, and then they shortlist certain resumes, and they ask you to sit for a test, which is basically OA होता है तुम्हारा ऑनलाइन असेसमेंट ही है.
Correct.
They also test your BFSI knowledge, थोड़ा सा बैंकिंग एंड फाइनेंस से रिलेटेड. They might give you question, multiple choice questions ही होता है, but then something different from ट्रेडिशनली वो जो कंपनीज पूछती है क्वेश्चंस बेस्ड ऑन स्पीड डिस्टेंस टाइम के अलावा भी देर आर क्वेश्चंस ऑन एवरेज परसेंटेज, बार ग्राफ रीडिंग, पाई चार्ट रीडिंग. देन they will also give you essay based questions, you have to answer those questions. वो एक बेसिक टेस्ट होता है, एंड दे डायरेक्टली जंप टू इंटरव्यूज आफ्टर दैट. फिर उनका ऐसा अलग से लाइक कंप्यूटर साइंस नॉलेज टेस्ट करने के लिए उनके पास देर आर those multiple choice questions जहाँ पे the code is given to you and you need to choose the right one, or you need to identify the bug in it या फिर ऐसे. And then rest of the part they have a comprehensive interview schedule which they go through, which the candidate has to go through to finally get selected. तो उसके बाद इंटरव्यूज होते हैं, एंड इंटरव्यू प्रोसेस इज लाइक डिपेंड्स अपॉन द कैंडिडेट इटसेल्फ. कभी कभी कुछ कुछ लोगों के 5-6 इंटरव्यूज भी हुए हैं, तो 5-6 राउंड्स भी हुए हैं, या फिर सम पीपल हैव बीन टू इन 2 to 3 राउंड्स, एंड कुछ कुछ लोगों को 1-2 राउंड में भी ना बोल दिया था. ऐसा है.
Okay.
इट्स क्वाइट कैंडिडेट स्पेसिफिक, टू बी ऑनेस्ट.
Okay,
Hmm.
got it. So let's talk about the solo grind, the preparation journey before the placements. So when did you start preparing seriously for the placements? Was it a gradual process or a sudden switch?
प्रिपरेशन फॉर द इंटरव्यू ऐसा स्पेसिफिकली ओए के लिए थोड़ा बहुत करना पड़ता है, लाइक बेसिक बेसिक चीजें जैसे लर्निंग ट्रिक्स फॉर द थिंग्स, and rest is for coding practice and everything. Lead code is go to thing for me. Initially I started with code chef का वो वेनेसडे वाला कॉन्टेस्ट होता था, तो
Correct.
5-6 दोस्त बैठ जाते थे कि इस बार कितना रैंक आया इस बार क्या हुआ, ये वाला क्वेश्चन सॉल्व हुआ नहीं हुआ, तो वेनेसडे वाले कॉन्टेस्ट में बैठते थे। फिर इवेंचुअली वी ग्रू आउट ऑफ कोड शेफ एंड वी वेंट टू लीड कोड, जहाँ पे एलिट कोडिंग होता था बिकॉज डेली क्वेश्चन होता था, वो स्ट्रीक ट्राई किया था मेंटेन करने
Nice.
का। एंड रेस्ट इंटरव्यू के लिए तो यार, बीइंग फ्रॉम स्कूल वगैरह आई वाज वेरी टॉकेटिव पहले से, तो मुझे ऐसा कभी अलग से इंटरव्यू देने का प्रैक्टिस नहीं करना पड़ा था, तो आई नेवर प्रैक्टिस ऑन द इंटरव्यू पार्ट। दिए थे कुछ कुछ मॉक इंटरव्यूज, बट नेवर ऐसा स्कोप ऑफ इम्प्रूवमेंट। हाँ, कुछ कुछ लोग बोलते थे कि कम बुलक है, बट दैट इज हाउ इट वाज।
And did you work on your resume building as well?
कोर्स नहीं ज्वाइन किया था रेज्यूमे के लिए, बट सीनियर्स ने हेल्प कर दिया काफी कि ऐसे ऐसे रेज्यूमे बनाओ। या
Nice.
एक रिज्यूमे अगर हम लोग फर्स्ट ईयर से बनाते तो हम लोगों को एग्जैक्ट आइडिया पता चलता है कि हम लोग एग्जैक्टली कौन से पोजीशन में और अपने
राइट
को क्या क्या करना है, किस चीज़ों पे काम करना है। सो दैट हेल्प्स अ लॉट।
राइट।
So let's talk about the online test a little bit. You said that like you said a lot of things about online test. So I'm just trying to catch up everything and just trying to pinpoint everything. So very first thing that you said was that it covered computer fundamental questions. It also covered the communicational verbal level questions. It also had some passages that you need to answer, and it also had some BFSI questions and
राइट।
some actual aptitude questions related to speed distance. Apart from this, do you remember anything else that were asked?
नहीं यार, मतलब दैट वाज द मेजर क्रक्स ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग व्हाट एवर इट वाज आस्क्ड। रेस्ट तो इंटरव्यूज में फिर बहुत ड्रिल किया था उन लोगों ने, कि यू नीड टू like basically even quicksort, if you are there then show me how quicksort works, like for Fibonacci search hai, then show me how it will work. One third if you are saying how is it eliminated, one third या two thirds कैसे eliminate होता है, तो
Correct.
इंटरव्यू में उन्होंने काफी ज्यादा ड्रिल किया था उस चीज पे। So, test is something which a lot of people did clear as well. And then after that, interview का जो process, they have comprehensive rounds of interview. So every round of interview में a different technical person comes into picture and he asks. Even managerial round में they did ask a lot about technology, even your projects, कि कैसे किया ये particular technology, why did you use it? या फिर इवन दे विल हाईलाइट सर्टेन सिक्योरिटी कंसर्न्स इन योर प्रोजेक्ट, तो वो सारी चीजें देन यू शुड बी एबल टू आंसर इट प्रॉपर्ली, तो वो वैसा था।
ओके। सो ऑनलाइन असेसमेंट में आपको कोडिंग क्वेश्चंस भी पूछे थे क्या, और अगर पूछे थे तो टाइम ड्यूरेशन कितना मिला था कोडिंग क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने के लिए?
नहीं, ऑनलाइन असेसमेंट में कोडिंग क्वेश्चंस नहीं थे। कोडिंग
हम्म।
क्वेश्चंस इन द सेंस दे वर द एमसीक्यू टाइप ऑफ कोडिंग क्वेश्चंस, फाइंड अ बग इन कोड स्निपेट व्हिच दे हैव गिवन, or identify the right code snippet which solves a particular problem. That
हम्म।
is the course.
ओके। और कितना टाइम मिला था आपको ऑनलाइन असेसमेंट सॉल्व करने के लिए, और कितने क्वेश्चंस थे? कुछ हाई लेवल एस्टिमेट्स याद है कुछ?
Happened long back actually, so I don't remember. But then mostly it was 1 hour ka tha, and there were more than 60 questions, I guess, for it. So,
Okay.
so less than a minute for a question is what I remember.
Okay. And you also said that there were multiple people with multiple number of technical rounds, right? So how many
Right.
did you face?
Mine was for 5 rounds. 5 rounds of interview, you can say.
So four
So
rounds technical and one managerial, right?
no, I'll say कि HR भी लेते हैं, तो
Okay.
first round was HR, they checked into communication and everything. It
First
was
round
different
is
for
HR.
different. Yeah, yeah. First round was
Oh,
HR. They checked in for how well people are communicating, how well are they just matching to the profile which they have brought into that the talent acquisition has brought in. So
Mm.
they checked that. Then they sent us for the technical rounds. Technical rounds, first and second technical round, I do remember they drilled a lot. Like basically, were round like we did enjoy it, क्योंकि the technical person who was asking questions also, he was into very much conversational with us कि क्या है कैसे है क्यों है ये वाला चीज, but then it went on for over 45 minutes, which I remember even the first technical round. Then
Okay.
second technical round happened, and the third was the managerial thing. They also went into, there were two managers who were in my interview, so they did ask from various perspectives कि project कैसा किया, ऐसा ही क्यों किया. That is the major part which they focused on. After that, it was again an HR round, and that's it. वो HR round जो था वो regarding expectations था तुम्हारे कि this is what we offer, and leaves कैसे क्या होंगे, because it was an internship back then, so it was based on that. And when they came back with the PPO, it was direct on call ही सारी चीजें हुए थे, फिर interviews नहीं हुए थे. वो exit interview हमारा इसके वक्त ही हो गया था. After post internship, exit interview they take it, and you need to justify what you have done in 6 months. So
Okay.
during that time they do ask you questions. That's it. That is how it is.
So, any tricky or memorable question that caught you off guard? Was it like hands-on coding or more about explaining the logic and the process?
Uh, Tricky question. I remember this one manager had asked me regarding this question, which was, कि quick sort actual में, like you explain me, these are the objects which you have, numbers in front of you, and explain it. Like basically how actually it works, not using algorithm. You depict the algorithm how it will work, like bubble shot, we can arrange the particular parts, right? So
Correct.
quicksort, how will you do it? How does the pivot work?
Mhm.
So you need to explain it in that way, which was because quicksort is something which everybody explains by algorithm,
Correct.
nothing by a concept as of such which they explain. But he asked me in that particular way कि कैसे करेगा? Quick, explain me with these particular numbers and block of numbers which he had given, and बोला था कि वो arrange करके दिखाओ.
Okay. What like level of coding questions were asked in your technical rounds? Like, what topics were covered? What was the time duration that was given?
So lead code medium, I'll say, lead code medium questions which are there. Certain questions are picked out from lead code itself. Just like sliding window, all of these basic concepts were asked. Sliding window, merge sort, based questions. Then there was one question which in second technical round, I guess, was asked on MST, I guess, but the rest was pretty much it.
Okay.
Okay. And any mentors or website or courses that helped you while preparing with your coding journey, like coding interviews or technical interviews?
For global payments itself, uh, I was not referring to any particular thing, but lead code, those 75 blind coding questions which you get for interview prep questions, 75 questions, those I'll say those are must questions. You should go for them. It prepares you for all kinds of interviews, not just global payments or a particular company is concerned. It prepares you thoroughly for everything, those 75, and after that there's also 150 questions series which LeetCode has. So those two question series, if you do it, I guess you'll be able to crack any standard OA assessment or coding assessment whichever comes into picture. Then may it be Google or Amazon, anything.
And other than global payments, what like all other companies you cracked? Like what all other offers you are holding?
Yeah. So there was Accelya. I'm not sure with the pronunciation, but Accelya was one of the product-based companies in which I did crack an interview, crack the offer. Besides that, there was also Western Union, and then initially when we started, I had an Accenture ka offer as well in my hand. There was also Deloitte, but Deloitte did not offer me a development role. So,
Okay.
so it didn't work well with Deloitte.
So let's jump inside global payments. So now that you have joined global payments, what technologies or tools are you working with?
So yeah, I'm right now working on the UI. So I'm mostly focusing on React, but the tools and technologies which tech stack my product uses, my team uses is mostly for backend it's Spring Boot, Java, and for front end side it is React, which we use. So that is a major tech stack on which we work with GCP as the cloud.
Okay.
That is the way it is.
And how different is the real world compared to what you have imagined during the college days?
Um, there is a lot of stuff which you figure out when you jump into a job itself. Before Friday, also Friday evenings are not always about, just packing up and running away home and just closing off the laptop. It's also about timely submission of timesheets, which we need to give it into picture. वो जब तक नहीं होता है फिर मैनेजर की डांट खाओ वापस अगर नहीं हुआ तो it's like Friday is also that now which I realized when I jumped into the job. The Friday is not just about go and party, just which we imagined in the college. Saturday, Sunday, chutti hai. We don't need to do anything. There are no assignments, but there is a lot of other things which comes into picture when you jump into the job.
So, for students who are currently preparing, can you break down the best preparation roadmap for landing a role at Global Payments?
Okay. So I'll say focus on the basics,
Hmm.
DBMS के concepts, operating system के concepts,
Hmm.
then DSA, focus on DSA a lot, do a lot of lead code check as you do it, and don't get stuck if you're not able to solve the questions. Don't feel the guilt in not checking out the solutions. But if you check the solutions for any particular coding question, then make sure you understand it, that this is what is being done, not just done and dusted for, done the question. It was a tough question. I'm not touching this again. Nobody asks it. Don't do that. For interviews, I did follow this a lot. My elder brother told me, my cousin told me this. Follow this strategy. It's called as the prep framework. It is like basically whenever an interviewer asks you a question, you have to, follow the prep framework, which is point, reason it why you have made it, give an example to what you have said, and then circle back to the point or continue with the next point. So that's how it works. That is my interview strategy for everybody. I like to suggest. So,
Vikas, what's one thing of advice you'd give to students who feel stuck or nervous or unsure about their placement journey?
yeah, like to all of them out there who are preparing right now. Well, say there are a lot of companies. Don't get emotionally involved with one of them. Just there is not just Mang into the picture. Mang companies to into picture. We all dream about it. One day we will get into all of those companies for sure. But I'll say start with a company which suits you, and also do not get disheartened if you get rejected by a certain company. And while approaching interviews, just go with this mindset that they are not just interviewing you, you are also interviewing them. You are also finding that match, that is this company good for my profile? Is it going to match what I expect from a job? So go with that mindset. It helps relieve a lot of pressure in your mind. So that is the thing which I'll say.
So thank you for sharing your incredible story. Wishing you tons of success ahead at global payments and beyond as well.
So thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, please like, share and subscribe and drop a comment below. We would love to hear your thoughts. See you in the next one.